Welcome to Profit Doctor TV. This is your host, John Patrick. Today we're going to continue in a series that I've been doing regarding productivity tools that you can use for your business just to help you to be more efficient, perhaps to help you make some money in the process. And today I'm going to talk to you about a new feature called Google Plus One. Something that I just happened to get involved in a little while ago. They were running a beta test and I got involved in that, but it's now officially rolled out and it might be something that you find some interest. So if you head over that way, we'll be on the computer in just a moment and I'll share with you Google Plus One. Okay, so what I did is I just went to Google and I typed in what is Google Plus One. Now, before I actually click search and get into or do what I'm going to get into, I actually did already search, so it gave me several different options. But before I actually do that, just real quickly, Google Plus One is Google's response to or version of Facebook's likes. In this particular case, though, it's starting out by giving you the option once you sign up to plus one, or again like or recommend a particular business that you've done business with. And so what happens is that when people then search and that business comes up, it will actually reflect the plus ones. So it becomes almost a rating system, and really is designed to be able then to tell your friends, your business contacts, or the community at large, business community and world community at large, that you like that particular business. And obviously as they continue, that business continues to get more and more plus ones, then it will obviously affect ranking through Google, but it's also just a good way to let your connections know that you endorse that particular business and that others do as well. So it's a pretty cool thing. In this case, I'm just going to select, like for instance, this Google Plus One button. It's the first thing that came up on Google. And so it has a short video. It's a little over a minute. It explains what Plus One is. But there's also a place over here then to click, if you'd bear with me for a minute right there. It shows try it now. And you can go in and actually sign up. Now, it's in order for you to be able to get it, in order for it to be able to work, you have to have a Google profile. So if you don't have that, that's the first thing you need to do. Obviously www.google.com/profile. Set up a Google profile, because obviously for you to endorse something, they need to know who you are. So you need to have a profile set up so that when you click plus one, it'll direct viewers back to your profile to see, well, who is it that who made that recommendation. Cool thing about that is you can compile a bunch of your business stuff within your profile. So as people are checking out who did the recommendation, you now have free advertising. So that's really a cool thing too. So that would be the first thing that you would do. Now I'm going to actually go change tabs here and go over to Google again, just Google search, and I'm going to look up particular business acquaintance of mine that I just think is super cool. Paul Castaigne from Sales Playbook. He's a mentor of mine, does an awesome blog and podcast, and so I'm going to actually use this example today to endorse or plus one Paul's service. So I typed in Sales Playbook, it comes up, so there's a lot of different things obviously, and he's got a LinkedIn group, he's on LinkedIn, he's on Facebook, he's on Twitter. Also sales tips for aspiring rock star. This is the first thing that comes up when you type Sales Playbook, Paul Castaigne Sales Playbook, and it gives you the website URL and whatnot. I happen to know that is the primary one. That is his blog, his website. But if you bear with me again over here, I'm going to try not to make this too choppy, but unfortunately I got to work my way in here. And So you're going to have to bear with me. A little bit of shaking here, I'm sure. And hopefully you can see this. But when I go to the very first option here, I'll bring the... Unfortunately, I can't bring the screen down. But there is a like button right here. And so being that I've already signed up for it, as soon as I go to use it, if I put my cursor over the +1, it's a little, looks like a little index card. When I go to put it over +1, it actually highlights it as recommend this page. And so by clicking recommend this page, it now turns dark blue. That's just barely on screen. Let me move the camera up just for a minute if you can again bear with the shaking, but you'll see that +1 now is turned bright blue. So that means that that rating is now in effect. There we go. So I'll show you a little bit better. So he's now been +1'd. I could go through and actually do that with several different things. I mean, here's one that deals with Blogspot, so I want to do that. Here's his LinkedIn, I want to do that. There's a lot of intermixed things about Sales Playbook and other things, but those I know are specifically him. So Paul, if you see this, there's a shout out for you as well. It's, again, we don't even know where this is going to go. There's so many things happening right now with Google and social media that we're just at the beginning. I mean, we've barely stepped on land yet. So this kind of stuff's going to take off. But this is a good way to get it going. So, you know, first thing obviously you want to do, if you don't have a profile, get one through Google. Get signed up for Google +1. Go in and look at your sites and click +1 on all of yours to get it started, and then just start endorsing others, and you'll find this is going to take off. It's going to be a big thing. Next week we're going to tie some other things in as well around Google research. Until next week, this is your host, John Patrick, your Profit Doctor. Take 2 doses of cash flow and call me in the morning.